Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Bill 512 is an act relating to heart attack response and treatment. And what we're doing is requiring the Department of Public Health to designate licensed hospitals as Level 1 comprehensive cardiac centers, Level 2 primary heart attack centers, or Level 3 acute heart attack ready hospitals, and expand the protocols of emergency medical service providers to include trauma, cardiac arrest, and heart attack. This is optional for our hospitals across the state, and of course, Kentucky being one of the states leading the nation in heart attack and heart disease, this bill is strictly designed to improve the quality of care and to save lives. And of the three most time-sensitive emergencies, trauma, stroke, and heart attack, treated and transported by our EMS, only heart attack does not have designated legislation here in our state. We currently have 27 certified accredited heart attack centers in Kentucky, so we are just asking to have this accreditation put in place. The hospitals can choose to become a part of that, and this will then allow EMS to train their workers on the best care as they transport patients. We're doing this very similar to what was passed in stroke legislation in 2010. In 2008, there were approximately 6 certified stroke centers in Kentucky. Since that legislation has passed, there are now 41 of those certified centers. And because of that legislation, the hospital mortality from strokes has decreased from 11.7% to 3.6%, and being discharged to home has gone up from 28.4% to 48%. This legislation is a part of what we know as the Kentucky Heart Disease Stroke Prevention Task Force, which is made up of the American Heart Association, the Cardiologists Association, the Cabinet, the American Association of Critical Care Nurses, Preventative Cardiovascular Nurses Association, and the American Association of Heart Failure Nurses. It's a federally funded task force, and for the past 6 years, this has been one of their top recommendations, and that is where this legislation comes from. So, Mr. Speaker, with that, I do need to ask for the House Committee Substitute 1, if the clerk would please call that.
Clerk, please report.
House Committee Substitute 1 to House Bill 512.
Gentleman from Lincoln.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The only thing the House Committee Substitute did was change the word shall to may for hospitals. It was never intended that hospitals had to become a part of this, so it was just simply to change that one word to make that optional. So, Mr. Speaker, I would move for adoption of House Committee Substitute 1.
Motion is for the adoption of House Committee Substitute 1. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor signify by voting aye. Those opposed, nay. House Committee Substitute 1 is adopted. Gentleman from Lincoln.
With that, Mr. Speaker, I move for passage of House Bill 512 as amended by House Committee Substitute 1.